The interaction between the environment and peoples throughout the world affects the quality of life on this planet. As citizens of our community, we can participate in decisions impacting our city, state, and nation. In this series, we explore the effects of our influence on the Earth's ecosystems, as well as alternatives and solutions. This is Eco News with your host, Nancy Pearlman.
There's the land. Have you seen it? It's the cussedest land that I know. From the big dizzy mountains that screen it to the deep death-like valleys below. Some say God was tired when he made it. Some say it's a fine land to shun. Maybe. But there's some as would trade it for no land on earth, and I'm one.
For the lucky few who made their fortune in the Klondike, these are the rivers that were the roads to riches. On this edition of Eco News, we travel to Canada's true north, the Yukon, with its 24-hour summer sunshine, vast open landscapes, and wild rivers. We'll follow the historic route of the miners to the goldfields, and even do a little gold panning. The Yukon conjures up images of adventure, wild nature, and vast landscapes. And that is still the reality of an area that is larger than the state of California, but with a population of just more than 30,000. Yes, the Yukon winters are as cold and harsh as reported in the journals of Robert Service and Jack London. But it is also a spectacularly peaceful place with awe-inspiring displays of the northern lights, or aurora borealis, the result of huge explosions on the surface of the sun that send out streams of charged particles that interact with the Earth's upper atmosphere. The Yukon is also the land of the midnight sun, where on summer days the wondrous carmine and magenta skyscapes last for hours rather than minutes. Average temperatures in July hover around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and highs can reach 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Most of the Yukon's climate is semi-arid, so snow and rainfall are light. On average, there's just 10.5 inches of precipitation a year in Whitehorse, the territorial capital. There are 3,000 miles of highway in the Yukon, including the Dempster Highway, the only public road in Canada to cross the Arctic Circle, an astonishing drive through Arctic tundra. The Klondike Highway roughly follows the route used by the gold seekers of 1898.
Well, I'm long gone to the Yukon, boys. The Yukon is calling me. Well, brother, I just got your note this morning. You tell me that you found a little gold.
The year was 1898. Tens of thousands of men and a few women had dreams of wealth. So they sailed up the Pacific coast to Skagway, Alaska. And there they loaded 2,000 pounds of provisions and climbed the Chilkoot Pass. In the dead of winter, they built a boat. And when the ice broke, they sailed across Lake Bennett and then down 500 miles of the Yukon River to what was to become the largest city west of Winnipeg and north of Seattle. This is the place, Dawson City, the center of the legendary Klondike Gold Rush.
Happy Canada Day. We're 139 years old today.
To the Yukon, boys, the Yukon is calling me. Where the wind along the river will be music, and the midnight sun is always riding low. I'll paddle my canoe along Klondike. I'll pan for gold and be a sourdough. And when I pull into Dawson City, I'll be headed for Diamond Lil Saloon. I'm gonna gamble to a honky-tonk piano and chase those gals all around the room.
I arrived in Dawson City December the 10th, 1965, and it was 48 below, and the next morning it had dropped down to 55 below. It didn't take long for me to realize that come April and May, Dawson City started to warm up, and it was not uncommon to have 80 and 90 above temperatures during the summer months. we have 24-hour daylight, so the sun doesn't really set for almost a month, and the heat just stays in the Klondike Valley here. In 1970, the Klondike Visitors Association decided they should start up a casino, and they were going to call it Diamond Tooth Gertie's Casino Hall, and they needed some dancers. So a bunch of housewives in Dawson got together, and that winter we learned how to do the can-can. And 3 nights a week we would practice, and then come June 1st was the opening of the first casino in Canada, actually. And back then we wore high red boots, we had pink, beautiful dresses with frills underneath, and we all wore blonde wigs. So we all looked the same. So that was a good thing, because residents of Dawson didn't know for sure who it was up there. They knew it was Dawson people, but they weren't sure who it was, because we all looked the same. A Chichaco means a newcomer to the Yukon, so that fits you. Once you've spent a winter in the Yukon, you then become a sourdough.
Roll it up the bar and shake it around real good. Tip it again. The bigger rock should float off the front edge. Maybe not. You have to remember that gold's 19 times heavier than anything else that's in this pan.
And this is full of gold.
So
this
I put the bib on, which is my official number. There are 20 of us competing. We're supposed to all be beginners, but some of those look like they know what they're doing.
Go!
Gold fever, the fever's got me digging the ground. Gold fever, I'll be satisfied when gold is found. Got an old prospector telling me gold stories of the gold rush in '98. Nancy Creek, the Klondike Trail, and he says he's got some claims. So I just feed him more wine for some more of his mind, till he's dizzy and his secrets revealed. And I'll leave tonight with my pan and shovel and make sure nobody's on my heels. 'Cause I've got gold fever, the fever's got me digging the ground.
European techniques being used.
Gold fever, I'll be satisfied when gold is found. I've been standing in Bonanza Creek since early dawn, searching for the yellow gold. When I'm cold and hungry, my back is sore, but the fever's got me uncontrolled. So I'll just rest a while and then I'll pan a mile, and if I don't find a trace, I'll head back to Dawson and play old possum and look for that prospector's face.
But I'm down to I got my whole bucket in here, but I haven't found any gold.
Till he's dizzy and his secrets revealed. And I'll leave tonight with my pan and shovel and make sure nobody's on my heels. 'Cause I've got gold fever, the fever's got me digging the ground. Gold fever, I'll be satisfied when gold is found. I'll be satisfied when gold is found.
Someplace in here there's some gold nuggets, but I don't know. I don't think this is the way it's supposed to be done. I think it's supposed to go like this, and the gold's supposed to just show up for me. That's not. Where is it? We'll have to wait a moment. Oh wait, is that gold? Is this? I can't never imagined I couldn't tell the gold. Oh, there. Is that gold? No, wait, no. Yellow rock gold. How do you tell the difference? You can see gold. Oh, I see it. I see some gold.
Most gold in this area is found very